Wow, I love that you guys know that song. That's really cool. And that is a great story, isn't it? About somebody getting baptized. And you know what? As you can see, that story has something to do with water. Now remember that. And remember that we're talking about thankfulness, okay? And so that was a God story, that God did something in her life. And she wanted to share it with all of you guys. And you know what? I'll bet she's thankful that she got that opportunity to get baptized by Pastor Bob in a faraway land. Isn't that cool? Yeah. All right, well, I'm going to share with you the verse of this month here at CCA. And before I do that, I want to know what holiday is coming up in just a few weeks. Thanksgiving. You're right. Thank you for raising your hands, by the way. Yeah, Thanksgiving is coming up in just a few weeks. So let's start thinking about the things that we can be thankful for, okay? So here's the verse of the month. It's Psalm 100, verse 4. And it says, "Enter his gates with thanksgiving and his courts with praise. Give thanks to him. Bless his name." So we have a lot to be thankful for. And I'm going to share a story with you about how I learned to be thankful for things that I often take for granted, things that I don't realize I need to be thankful for. So remember a while ago when I was here and I talked to you guys about that big, yummy, juicy worm? The one that I had to eat? Do you remember that? All right, well, remember I was in a really far away country called Indonesia, out in the Pacific Ocean when that happened. So I also have another story for you from the same trip, but it has to do with water. Very good. You guys were listening. I appreciate that. Okay. So in Indonesia, there's a lot of islands, so there's a lot of beaches. And look at that. Is that not the most beautiful beach ever? Like, don't you just want to go and get in the water and swim and feel the sand beneath your toes? Like, doesn't that sound good? Well, let me tell you, I think it sounds good too, because I love the beach. And you know what, that water, I remember seeing the sun coming through, and it just looked like gold was in the water. It was so beautiful. But sometimes in Indonesia, the water is not that beautiful. Sometimes it looks kind of like this. Ew! Right? Would you want to drink that? No, why not? Is it kind of dirty? Yeah, I think so too. But sometimes the water looks like this. Ew! How many of you would want to drink that water? You want to drink that? But it's so dirty and nasty. You know what? Sometimes there are little tiny bugs in the water that you can't even see. Sometimes when the water even looks clean, it's not. Because they don't have the kind of good water that we have here. How many of you have a sink in your house? What do we do with our sink? We wash our hands, we get glasses of water to drink, right? We take showers in water. So we use water a lot. It's really easy to get. But here it's not always like that. And as you can see in the next few pictures, sometimes you have to get water on a truck because the water where people live is so dirty, like those other pictures you saw. So sometimes water will come in on a truck, and even then it may not be completely clean. Next, sometimes you have to get water out of a well. See that thing I'm sitting on there, that big hole in the ground? But guess what? Sometimes when it doesn't rain, there's no water in the well. So what do you do if there's no water in the well? What if the truck doesn't come in? All you have is that dirty water. What would you do? If you drink that kind of water, you might get really, really sick. All right, listen up. If you drink that kind of water, you might get really sick, and nobody likes to get sick. And so, people still have to use water. They still have to wash their hands. They still have to cook, and sometimes when the water was really dirty, we would boil it over a fire like that, because if you boil water, it kills any of the nasty little bugs that might be inside of it. Here we don't have to worry about that, but there in Indonesia we do. So as you can see, there's a lot of different things we use water for. And to kind of illustrate that a little bit better, I'm going to need 3 volunteers to come down here. Okay, so where's my 3rd grade? I'm going to pick this quietest, most well-behaved third grader that I can see. What's your name? You don't want to do it? Okay. What's your name? Jordan. Come on up, Jordan. Give Jordan a hand. All right, Jordan, you can stand right here. We're going to get 2 more volunteers, all right? Let's see. Where are my 4th graders? I'm going to choose the most well-behaved 4th grader I can see. What's your name? Joshua. Give it up for Joshua. So far we have Joshua and Jordan. Okay, so if you wait right here, we got 1 more volunteer. Where are my 5th graders? All right, let me see if I can find the most well-behaved 5th grader that I can. Oh, anyone who's really quiet. What's your name? Josh? Come on up, Josh. All right, so if you guys can give your names to our audience one more time. Oh, we've got 2 Joshua. This is Joshua number 1. Is that okay? Can we do that? All right. Jordan and Joshua number 2. Give it up. All right. So you guys ready for this? Okay, so behind me on this table, I have 3 cups of water. Okay. Now I'm going to call you up here in the order that I got you from the audience, okay? So Jordan, I need you to choose one of these cups to drink. This is water, lemonade, and water with presents in it. So, which one do you want to drink? Water? All right, there you go. It's safe to drink, I promise. Okay.